What's up, everybody? I posted a video earlier today showing the last of the little trailer, which is inside the big trailer now. A lot of people had asked over the past few weeks what all I had to change in order to get ready to do Sick Week. So this car has always been a street car. I've owned it for 14 years. It has never been a race car. It's never not been able to hop in and drive. The difference between then and now is how far I was, that I was in the position to drive it. So I've done a lot with this car over the years. We used to do a lot of these street car races where you would drive like 30, 40 miles and then go straight into the lanes. We did really, really well with that. I think we were 21-0 in that. I think we won 21 shootouts in a row. So anyway, this has always been something that, like, you hop in, you take it to dinner, you drive into town, whatever it may be. And when I say into town, it's about a 20-ish, about 15-ish mile, 20-ish mile ride for me to go into town from my house. I live out in the woods. So so for me to take it into town is a, 40-ish mile round trip anyway. But that was kind of always the thing, is like, I always tried to stay reasonably close, maybe within 70 miles or so. Well, Sick Week is, I think it's right around 900-ish miles. And that's if you don't do any detours or breakage, or you don't have to go anywhere. So this is going to be the biggest test for this car that it's seen since it's been in this configuration, right? So last time I put that many miles on this car in a week was probably 12 years ago. So it's changed dramatically since then. So anyway, to cut to it, a lot of people had asked, what did you change? So, and previously I would always just drive it on the Mickey Thompson tires that I race it on. So I had to put a different wheel and tire on it. You're just not going to get 1,000 miles out of a Pro Bracket radial. Well, you might. I don't know. I'm not willing to test it. The other thing, this car, it used to only have a CO2 system in it. So if you saw the video I made a little while, probably 2 weeks ago, we had put airbags on the back of this thing to handle the weight of the trailer. So I hit up Greg Hurlbut at Hyperactive, and I got one of his air compressor setups. So this air compressor, because of the time constraints and because I have to work on stuff for customers as well, I did not have the opportunity to plumb this in to control the shifter, the parachute, the boost controller, the chute handle, all that kind of stuff. So I just added it in. So we've got a air compressor that is strictly doing the airbags. So the airbags leak down a very little bit. I haven't invested much time or effort into hunting down the leak, but it is what it is. They leak. So, overnight it'll sit and leak down. Like, in fact, I think this, so what is it at? Rated like 60 something. So it has leaked down a little bit, but this has been filled up since like last night. We put a little air chuck there so that if you wanted to air up tires. The kit that comes from Greg at Hyperactive is awesome. I think it was like $3.99. He had it to me in like a day or two, and it comes with everything. So, it was pretty simple, and it's really compact. So I don't know if you can't really make that out, but it's very, very compact. So very light, very compact. When it is completely empty, it runs for maybe 40 seconds to fill it up. But that's been jam up. So the other day I drove the car pulling the trailer for about 40-ish miles on 93, and it did good. Airbags worked perfect. Everything worked the way it was supposed to. So that's the other thing. I switched the car over to 93 for street driving. So when Sick Week was, announced and I found out that it was in, I had Matt at Performance Fab build me a bigger fuel cell. So the old fuel cell was right at like 10 or 11 gallons. I would drive this car around town on alcohol quite a bit. It got right around 10 miles to the gallon or so, if you keep your foot out of it, obviously. And I said, man, at first, our plan, my plan was, let's do this thing, the whole thing on alcohol. And then I was like, well, it's just kind of unreasonable and extremely inconvenient to try to source the fuel, carry it with you, yada, yada. But I ditched that plan. We went and I put 93, wrote a tune-up for it on 93, and that's what I've been driving it on around town. So I've got about 40 miles on it without the trailer and another 40 miles on it with the trailer. I say all that to say this. This is the first time I'm doing a drag and drive event. I'm just going to be 100% honest. We might not even make it out the damn parking lot day one of the first racetrack. But this is supposed to be fun. That's what we're doing this for. So here we are. We're going to give it a go. We are, I'm loading it up tonight, and we're going to be leaving in the morning. So a few of the other things I changed around. We put I had Byron over at Cameron's Torque Converter Services switch the transmission over to a close ratio 3-speed, because previously this car was only ever raced in the 1/8 mile, and all these drag and drive events are 1/4 mile. So we did some testing last year at the end of the year, World Cup, with a 2-speed and a 360 rear gear, and it did not work out too well. I mean, it ran good. It went 671 at a 214 or something, but it was very unhappy with the gear. So put a close ratio 3-speed in it and a 340 rear gear. Added some cup holders. So there's already cup holders on the other side of the shifter. Go over there. So there's already cup holders here. But if I'm going to be sipping lean, we need to be able to have some multiple cup holders here, right? So there's also a stereo on the back here. It's going to be impossible to see. Maybe we can see through here. Dang. Laura cleaned the car up and she did too good of a job. Well, anyway, there's a stereo. There you go. So there's she had gotten me for Christmas a sound bar for a side-by-side, and it's pretty awesome, actually. It's very loud and it's pretty damn clear. And I think that's going to be kind of a lifesaver for us when we are putting this many miles on this car. So you guys that have these types of cars and drive them around town, you understand. But for the guys that don't have these types of cars, that haven't ever been in them and drive them around town, the entire time you're in this car, it sounds like it's about to explode. So like, you get used to it, but like, you hear everything, especially when you built the whole thing yourself, or like, with friends and whatnot and with other companies, but you've had a hands-on experience with all of it. This thing sounds like it is coming apart the entire time you're driving it. So when you race the car, if I'm strapped in the car and I got a helmet on and a head sock, and I got the radio inside of my helmet to communicate with somebody outside, you don't really hear much, When you don't have any of that stuff on and you're just cruising down the road, this thing sounds terrible. It just sounds like it's coming apart. So, it is what it is. Bought a radio. We'll turn it up. Hopefully we don't hear it coming apart, and don't freak out the entire time. So one of the other things we did, there we go. There's the turbo. It's a forced inductions 98 millimeter, right? So the turbo's been there for a long time. It's been mounted there for a few years. And as you can see, the grill is open. So when the hood's on it, the hood will cover it up, to here. But this part right here is the grill is open. I've never had a filter or anything on it. Never used one of those turbo guards. I always thought those were kind of cheesy. But with this many miles and being in Florida, I mean, I know it's pretty cold, but I know they have like bugs that are the size of groundhogs. So I said, man, we really need a filter. So Matt, Performance Fab, whipped this up. So this is pretty slick. I'm very happy with how this came out. So what this is it clamps on, and then this is a filter from, I think it's like a 2010 Accord or something, hybrid. But anyway, it's tight because there's no lid on it, but you get the point. You slide it on in there. And then when it's time to race the car, you slide it out. So it can't come out on its own when you're driving down the road. It's tight enough where there's not a concern where the turbo is going to suck it in. And I also don't plan on, hot rodding or anything with it when it's on pump gas and driving around town. So, or driving through Florida. But, so yeah, that is about all we, put, at Andrew Maxwell, put projector LED, he like retrofitted these projector LEDs that I bought in the headlights. And I think this is like one of the very few Fox body setups that's ever been done, because according to him, this was in total bitch. So they're awesome. My new truck has got really badass LED projectors, and I am damn near blind at night. So anybody that knows me, or some of my buddies that have rode with me at night, they understand the scare that is me driving at night, because I usually just fall asleep. So I wanted better headlights. Now I can actually see, and maybe I won't fall asleep. Well, I'm not falling asleep in this car anyway, but you know what I mean. So other than that, it's the same car it's been for a little while now. There's if you see that right there down at the bottom, that is a titanium belly pan. So oil containment, you can see it right there. So it's got a like a 2-inch lip on it, and it goes all the way up to the front bumper. So it'll contain, hopefully nothing happens, but if something does happen, it'll hold in the majority of the goods. Yeah, so the transition to street driving this thing, all it is load a different tune-up. I could put it on a knob or a key switch or something. I've been short on time, and I'm typically a little bit more, involved in it. So if we're driving down the road and I'm driving, I'm gonna be teaching Jordan how to tune, and then if he's driving, I'll be tinkering with the tune-up, trying to get better fuel economy. So must be nice. Had those stickers made because I can't stand that saying. Yeah. Oh, and last but not least, so these seats are very comfortable, but they don't have any lumbar. So Laura, my fiance, whipped up some lumbar pads. So I bought lumbar pads from Race Tech, the company who makes the seats, and they were a joke. So she made some, and they're kind of adjustable, right? Like modifiable, so we can take stuff in and out of them. She did a good job on them. Happy with that. Glad to see that my spine may live through this deal. I've got a pinched sciatic nerve, so it should be interesting. I've also got a few of those. I don't know if you've ever seen those things, but they are fire extinguishers. They're like miniature fire extinguishers. So I got some cell phone holders, GoPro mounts, just your typical stuff. But anyway, that's really all that had to change with the car in order to do sick week. Pretty minor stuff. And here, I'll show you, because I know this question will come up. This is my new trailer. So it's a 34-foot Intech Icon. So it's not brand new. It was new to me. But it's plumb for air, electric, yada yada. I put a trash can over here. It's a disaster right now, but is what it is. 2 spares and wheel well cabinets, fuel jug racks, and then we've got the mini trailer. I've already got the mini trailer in here, so it's strapped down a whole bunch of different ways. Let's see, we'll go up here. You guys seem to love trailers, which is good because I love trailers too. But yeah, this is it. Tons of storage. There is also toolbox there, winch down there, bunch of stuff down there, more drawers over here. And then if we go to the front, dang, it's dark. I ain't gonna be able to see shit. Well, You can kind of tell, but that is a generator that's in there. That's on the tongue. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. This little golf cart. She's staying home, and hopefully we don't grenade it day one. And follow us along on here. I'm going to try to figure out how to upload videos and whatnot onto YouTube every day that we survive Sick Week. You know, just kind of talking to people that we haven't seen for a long time or have never met in person. You know, it's your standard car guy bullshit. So if you think that I suck, if you hate me, if you think that I'm going to fail at this, if you think that I'm going to do great, let's hear it. You know, if I suck and you think that the car is a piece of crap, let me know. If you think it's awesome, let me know. Anyway, see you in Florida.